All right, Paul. We are back in the States. You've come home from your vacation. The first time you ever had a vacation in a while, right?
Yes.
All right. We are back from Bandai Card Fest. A really well-managed event from what I've been reading online. Everyone was praising the staff. The staff with their QR codes and hooking. All right, Paul. So what did you do over the weekend?
So I went X-1 on day one. I lost my round one, which it's been a running joke with my friends and and the community I'm in. But I managed to go to day two, and then I made top 8. I got 7th place overall, playing Bonney, and I felt really good overall. Stress, I felt really good.
All right. And this is all One Piece, right? Not Union Arena, not Gundam, not Dragon Ball Super, not Dragon Ball Fusion.
I don't know if you can tell.
I don't know. Maybe. Look, there's like three different Dragon Ball
What anime
games.
do you think this is?
I don't know. You think I don't? I think I know. All right. So you play Bonney?
I did play
right?
Bonney.
So what was the decision to play Bonney over the weekend as opposed to stuff like Rayleigh, Up Luffy, or any of those others?
So originally I was playing Green Zoro, but my only issue was I wasn't as confident in it because Rayleigh was everywhere at the time. The mirror of Zoro's was kind of... I wasn't really getting a feel of it, so I started playing Bonney, and then the rise of Up Luffy got me a little worried, but I was very comfortable with Bonney, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go through with it. I added some tech options in my deck, which really helped me in the Up Luffys that I faced, and of course I'll go through them when we get to it, and I'm very glad I went with Bonney for the decision.
All right, let's take a look at the deck.
Okay, so I'm going to start off. I have 2 of the Searcher Bonnies. I know a lot of people run 4. I have a better Searcher in here that's going to come up later. This is still a good card. I like it. It's really good in decks like Rayleigh. They have to waste a swing on the Bonney. Normally you have a good matchup into Rayleigh. Unfortunately, I only fought 1 Rayleigh, which was round 1, and I lost to it. So it didn't even matter what I did. So go figure. But generic Searcher, very good. 4 of the Scratchman and Pooh. This is by and far the best 2K in the deck. I know a lot of people say the 3-cost Tashigi is the best, which it's very good as a generic 2K, but this has come up so much just to rest those 2K blockers and go for game. It's super strong, and it's of course a 2K. Can't go wrong with that. I run 3 of the Rosinante. You will see that I don't run the kid package too much, but it's very good as a blocker because it's great into Green Zoro, and it's really, really good into a lot of other decks as well. It helped me a lot in Purple Luffy, helped me a lot in Katakuri. Yes, there was a yellow Katakuri in there. I faced him in round 9, and I got the W. This was one of the cards that helped me on it. I know, shocker, but yeah, he did very well too. He also made top 8. He got 6th place. He got 1 place higher than me, but who's counting that? 2 Kyoshiro. This was the only one, this and another card, I kind of wanted to go a little bit higher. I'm still glad I went with 2, but I can see someone running 3 of these. Kyoshiro, again, is just another weenie blocker, but it's been very good, a very big help, especially protecting Cavendish on curve. When you play Cavendish for 5 down and you slap this down, even though you don't get your leader effect. On decks that try to remove it, this protects it, and that can help steamroll your rest of your plays. This is my card that I prefer as the Searcher, Kid and Killer. I ran 4, but I decided to go 3. This card's amazing. I love Kid and Killer. I think it's better than the Bonney Searcher personally. I get why people like it, the recurring aspect of re-resting her every turn, but let's be honest, anyone that lets you do that, they're not doing the right play anyway. They're going to remove it. The only thing that this does for me, in my opinion, other than the search, is that it takes an attack away. But when people are playing at top level, one singular attack does sometimes come in play, but most of the time it doesn't. If they're in a dominant position, 1 or 2 extra attacks not going to matter. So the reason, though, for King Killer is the second effect. For those of you that don't know, on the opponent's attack, I can trash the character and I can restand a Don. When I restand that Don, I can then use it to use leader effect if I had no Don. If anytime in the future, which I doubt will, I use any 1 Don events, sometimes I've seen a lot of Bonney lists run Paradise Waterfall. You can actually leave a Don up for leader effect and then trash the Kid and Killer to then restand the Don to do Paradise Waterfall shenanigans. It's so crack what you can do with this card, and I love it. It's come up probably in about 7 of my 10 round 1s on day 1, and it helped me clutch the win against the Red-Green Smoker in top 16. So this card is amazing. For Tashigi, generic 2K, protection.
So I found out that smoker recently.
Yeah, very funny. Yep. Great card, great 2K generic. Two Basil Hawkins. Now, this is the tech of the 2K.
Okay.
I run 10 2Ks. A lot of people run the X-Drake, which I think is very good. I actually, after this tournament, I would have preferred the X-Drake. I've always gone back and forth on the X-Drake or Basil Hawkins. My thought process for this was I can play this if I don't see a Rouge, which is coming up next, or other Restand Dawn, and this will give me my leader effect. That was my thought process. And it's also one Dawn cheaper than X-Drake, so that means on Mihawk, I can play this for 4 Dawn and then restand a Dawn if I need to. So, turns out I never played it a single time in the entire tournament. This was just a 2K.
Nice.
So again, you can just run it however you want with the X-Drake. I've seen a lot of people run the X-Drake instead. Go for it. To a Rouge, this is another card that I wanted to go higher up, but I'm really glad I didn't. I like it at 2. It's a very good card, especially when going on your second curve. The only thing I didn't like with it is that the only other reason I use it afterwards is to summon it with Mihawk when going for 8 Dawn. But the only issue I have with that is when going first on 9 Dawn, I'd rather just play Mihawk into Cavendish and then restand 2 extra Dawn and swing 6. I never want to play this out unless I really need the extra blockers, and even then, I'd rather play and waste 2 cards out of my hand to play these weenie blockers in a lot of those matchups instead of the Rouge. I'm not saying anything about Rouge. He's the GOAT supernova, you know what I'm saying? But and you know, he has a nice regional one that I use that to flex on some people if you couldn't tell from my card arts. But yeah, he was really good. I just didn't like him higher than 3 or 4. You can totally run him at 3 or 4. Personally, it's not for me. I don't like that for my specific playstyle. Generic Cavendish 4 of.
That card's pretty good.
I know it's extremely expensive. Zoros are starting to run him at 3. I think they can get away with it because they have 12 freaking searchers. I'm sorry, 8 of them. The Nami doesn't really count, but in this deck, you need 4 of them. You need to see Cavendish at least once every game. 4 Carrot. If I had to give a card that's not Cavendish to MVP, it would be Carrot. Carrot is the best card in the deck, hands down. I'll say other cards are really strong, but it's not the best best card in the deck. If this card were able to restand a Dawn, I know it'd be absolutely disgusting and it would be banned, but I wish it could, but it can't.
I mean, freezing a 7, it's just good enough, you know?
Yeah, so stupid. Absolutely dumb. And it's on attack too. What were they thinking? This card, the 5/6 blocker Bonney, I shit on this card for so long, and then I decided to run it with Bonney, and it just changed the way I thought. It's so good just to have draw 2, trash 1, queen effect. I was like, who cares about that? But it also has the thing I wish Carrot had, that after you do that, you restand on. So this is really a 4/6 that's draw 2, trash 1. It's so good. So good. It helped protect me in pretty much probably about 5 or 6 of my matches, and against Red Green Smoker. It was one of the pivotal blockers I needed to help block and then go for game next turn. This one will probably surprise a lot of people. I run 3 Hodies. I don't run 4.
Okay.
I can understand running 4. I run a lot of 3-ofs. Sorry, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. I'm talking to you, Austin.
I don't know anything against 3-of.
But I did not want to see this too many times. Often when I ran at 4, I would see 2 in hand, and then I would either, if I didn't have a 0-cost event, which is coming up shortly, I would feel like, okay, I have to play one of them, and sometimes I can't really afford to play it, otherwise I, lose. And then other times, it just saves the game. This helped me against best of 3 against the Red Green Smoker both times for going for game. The generic Cody stuff. Being able to rest a Dawn and a blocker, or 2 Dawn, or 2 blockers, absolutely cracked. I run 1 kid.
Just 1 kid.
That's all you need. You have 5 searchers, and you may draw him, so you have a chance to see him. I only needed him in 2 matchups.
You weren't doing as much tower defense.
Nope. The only time I needed it was Yellow Katakuri, and even then, I had it in my hand. I didn't need it because I just played another card that was better in that scenario. The other time it came in clutch was against a Bonnie Mirror, and because the only thing he had that can swing at the time was the 9/11 Shanks, which is coming up shortly, and I had 2 blockers every turn. So this thing, he had Carrot and Cavendish, but I mean, investing 2 Dawn just to swing 8 when I had 6 cards in hand, good luck with that. It's classic tank kid. I still keep it at 1 of because it is occasionally there. It can be pitched off from Bonnie effect. It can be pitched off from 0-cost event, and it just is a naturally good green card. Mihawk I run at 3 of. I know a lot of people run it at 4 of. I don't like it at 4 of because I brick a lot with it. I can see people running it at 4 of, and I will respect their decision on it. If I were to take out a card, it would probably be the Bonney for this, but as I said, I'd rather prefer the Bonney, just because it has a lot more flexibility than the Mihawk. Mihawk is, of course, really good, especially when going first. I know a lot of people are like, oh, on curve, it's got to be nuts. I actually prefer going first, because on 9-Don turn, I can play this into one of my 5 drops if needed, and just get so much tempo and value just from doing that. I get it, going second is really good because you could drop this in a Rouge and get your leader effect, which is also good, but if I had to choose one, I prefer it's going first on 9-Don playing this, and then one of them, and then playing one of my other top ends. 2 of the Zoro. This is, in an up Luffy meta, you need this card. I was actually thinking of running 3 of these. It's that important to see. In all of my up Luffy matches, I happened to see this. I fought 3 up Luffys.
Okay.
I happened to see this all 3 times.
Nice.
There was one up Luffy matchup. Literally, I opened with this, 2 Hody Jones, and 2 Mihawk. I had no other counter in hand. I kept it because this card, and I lost a die roll where they chose to go second. You want to go first in that matchup, and it doesn't even matter if you don't have any Don. You slap this thing. Worst case is they Red Rocket, and if they do that, that means they're not double summoning with
Sanji.
with the Sanji into whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it combos really well with one of our later cards, which comes up, actually both of these, where 3 of the 9/11 Shanks. Again, one of the best generic cards here. It's actually a really good card going second, so you play it and you still have your leader effect. You remove something, no problem, unless they have removal protection. That thing is gone when it's rested. Doesn't matter the cost, everyone knows it. And it's an 11k beat stick, very strong. And then, probably, other than Carrot, and of course Cavendish, this is probably the MVP of the deck, if I had to choose, is the 10-drop Dofi. It's back. I was thinking of I'm probably going to up this to 4. One of the things I did to win 2 of my up Luffy matches was play Zoro, and both of them, of course, they red rocked the Zoro, but they didn't summon. They swung with the other bodies. They had 2 9-drops and the leader, Dofi.
Yeah, they
Next
can't play
turn,
after that.
Dofi.
Nuts.
Next turn, Hody, and I win the game.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know it's like, oh, well, you can't really get lucky with that. Well, when they have only 7 cards in hand and most of them are running 5 to 6 2Ks, yeah, 2 10k beaters and a 7k Hody that rests 2 of their Don wins you the match. So, yeah, Dofi in an up Luffy meta, super strong. Even without up Luffy, I think just because a lot of characters like Rayleigh or even Red Green Smoker that I saw and fought at round 10 and in day 2, just freezing literally their entire board is just game breaking. And everyone knows about that. This is a must have in this meta. And because I run so much top end, I run 2 of the zero cost.
Just 2.
Yep, just 2. If you see one, great, it's counter, and you can get rid of a brick in your hand. And that's my day. I made top 8, 7th place, and yeah, I was very excited with how Bonney performed. I really enjoyed her.
So what were your matchup like for the event?
So round 1 was Rayleigh, which I was favored. I even won the die roll. I went second, and unfortunately I lost going second to Rayleigh. It was a little embarrassing, but he played really good. He did trigger a Mole Pistol out of life, which kind of upset me. But you know what? That happened.
Look, they can only trigger Mole Pistol once, right?
Oh, man. And, they got Luffy into... they got their Luffy into their Sanji, and then afterwards they Kid Killered every other turn. And that card is just cracked. I couldn't do anything with it. Unfortunately, I was 1k off. But he played phenomenally, and I lost that one. Then round 2 was the Bonney mirror. I won the die roll, and I chose to go second. And he was playing. He did not run 9-cost Zoro, thankfully, but he got his Shanks off. And then afterwards, I played back-to-back Dofis.
Okay.
And then I played Mihawk into blocker Bonney.
Yeah.
And I just slowly whittled at his life. And it was just a long game, but there was nothing you could do.
Yeah.
Round 3 was also the Bonney mirror.
Okay.
I lost. And funnily enough, he chose to go first.
Oh, he lost the dice roll.
No, he won the die roll and he chose to go first, which I was like, okay, sure. He got his Cavendish early. He got to play a Shanks, but that was all he played. And that's when I played the Kid. And he didn't expect me to run Kid because he told me afterwards he doesn't run Kid. And because he only had the 11k beat stick, as long as I had a blocker and I didn't, use any swings to get arrested with leader effect, he swung 12, I blocked with it, and then he tried to put some extra Dawn. I was like, oh, is he going to have a 9-drop Shanks? Nope. And then next turn I put Rosinante after I did all my swings and Bonney. And then he tried it. Then he told me afterwards he had a Shanks afterwards in his hand, but it was too late because I had Rosie. So, and then afterwards he just lost. Round 4 was a blue-yellow Nami. I won the die roll on that one. Odin scared me until I got 10-drop Dofi. And then once I back-to-back Dofis, there was nothing he could do. He was just stun locked. He restood his Odin, but what are you going to do after that? Swing one time? Okay, please, I'll take it. Round 5 was the start of Up Luffy. That's when I was like, oh man, I thought I could avoid it. This was the match I told earlier where I had a mulligan and my hand was 9-cost Zoro, 2 Hodies, and 2 Mihawks. I kept it. I was like, screw it, I'm keeping it. He won the die roll. He went second. He did double ramp, and when he did that, the first thing I did was on 9 Don, immediately smacked down the Zoro. He swung 6, I countered that out. He swung 9-9, I took both. I went down to 2 life, and then he red rocked my Zoro, and then he kept like 3 Don up. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And then I slapped down Dofi. And then next turn he summoned Sanji into Nami, did his thing, put a blocker, passed, smacked down a second Dofi. He swung with 9-cost Sanji, and he left I think he summoned another blocker or something, and he left up a Don. So I was like, okay. So I drew again. This is the one I played the 3rd Dofi in a row. This is before I got to the Hody. Froze the other things again. Passed. I still had no Don. I still had 2 life. I had like 5 or 6 cards in hand. And then he tried to go for game by swinging all of it. I had a counter for one of the blocker Namis. And then afterwards he left up 2 Don. And I just Hodied and just easily won.
Yeah.
Again, this would have been a lot easier, and I clutched out because I had 3 Dofis. If you had 4, it'd be a little easier, but I happened to see all of them. Round 6 was another Up Luffy. This one I played Zoro. Of course, he red rocked it. Same thing, but I happened to have 2 Dofis in hand. I played both Dofis. This one, he didn't do anything else with his Don. He just swung really tall. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, he left 2 Don up in a blocker, so I was like, okay, let's see if you have the Giant. So I Hodied the blocker and one of his Don. Turns out he had the Giant, but he had 1 life with 7 cards in hand. Yeah. So, an 8, 10, 10, 6 swing was enough to kill him. He only had 1 2K. It wasn't enough. Round 7 was a green Zoro. I lost the die roll. He chose to go first. On second curve, I played Mihawk into Bonney. Put a Don up, drew 2 trash 1, and I drew into 2 Dofis. I was like, there's my game plan. Done. Have it. I didn't even care I had no Don up. I just played Dofi. He had a Tashigi he literally summoned at the beginning of the game, and then it never moved again. So great, phenomenal. Round 8 was Up Luffy. It was a very tough Up Luffy, but it was tough until I got 9-drop Zoro down. He went first. He chose first. I put 9-drop Zoro down. He did not have Red Rock. And I won. Next turn. Yeah. So, yeah, I just swung 12, 12, 12. I didn't care about his events. I was just like, please show me your events. Round 9 was the yellow Katakuri. This is the one where no one expected. I think he was the only one in the tournament that ran the Katakuri, and he made top 8. I knew what my game plan was. I wanted to find the kid. And unfortunately, there's no time to play the kid. However, I had 3 Dofis in here. So I was like, oh, I know what my game plan is.
Just
3 Dofis.
I just saw Dofi.
And I had 2 kid killers on the field because he had Zeus in hand, but he didn't think this was a big deal. So I had 2 kid killers on the field. So I played 1 Dofi. He swung with one of his characters. I trashed one of the kid killers, rested one of his characters, and then played the second Dofi, froze what needed to be frozen. He tried swinging again, trashed the other one, rested another one of his cards. And then after that Dofi, I just put blockers up, and there's nothing he could do. Round 10, the final one was Red Green Smoker. And that was a really close match because Red Green Smoker is a really bad matchup for Bonney. I did lose the die roll as well, and he chose to go second. So I was like, all right, let me try going aggro. And turns out going aggro into Red Green Smoker is one of the best things you can do.
Oh.
Yep. So I literally, going first, I swung 7. Then on my 5 down turn, I didn't even play any of these characters. I literally just played a blocker and swung 7 as well, so I can keep 1 Dawn. Then I played Cavendish to restand 2, and I just swung 7 every turn until I got like blocker Mihawks and stuff. He went down to 0 life by the time I hit my 10 Dawn, and then afterwards I tried swinging with all I had, and he is an aggro deck. He went for face, thinking I didn't have counter. I had just enough counter. He kept up to a Dawn up for his Igloo event and a blocker. I played Hody, rested only one of his Dawn and his blocker. He had DMG, but it didn't matter with all the contested power I had. That was day 1. That was a mouthful. I did go X and 1, and I made.
What was your finishing on day 1?
On day 1 was 8th place, which would have been a cereal. I didn't get one. It's okay. I'm good. Then I got to day 2. Day 2 was best of 3. I fought a green Zoro. He was a cool guy named Kyle. Shout out to him. I went 2-0. I chose to go first the first game. Then he chose to go first on his. I just happened to see what I needed. Probably the
saw
MVP.
Dofi again, or
believe it or not, actually, I only saw Dofi during the second match. The first match, it was 2 carats. I mean, that also works too.
Yeah.
So that was the Zoro matchup. I also had he was trying to go for game, and I had 4 blockers. I literally had a Bonnie, 2 Kyoshiro, and a Rosinante. I only had 4 cards in hand, and he literally was going for game. I had 1 life, 4 cards in hand, just 4 blockers. I was like, he rested one of them with that 3 cost 2K. I forgot the card's name, whatever. But I blocked 2 of the Zoro swings, and I just had just enough counter.
Did he do restand event?
No, he did not do restand event. He did it early on. If he had had it, he probably would have won, but he did not have that. Then the top 16 was the Red Green Smoker. I fought on round 10 in day 1. I beat him in round 1 because I went first. Because at that matchup, I was like, oh, let's go aggro. Then when he went, he said, oh, I'll go second. And I was like, okay, he's choosing. Why is he going second? And when he's going second, everyone knows this, but you don't. Hindsight and is better than foresight. Playing Mihawk on 8 Dawn, and if you have the Smoker, it's a 1 Dawn 8K blocker. Yeah. Crazy, right? And then he had that. He was able to do 2 of those, and then there was nothing I could do. So I was like, okay, screw that. I took second from him. And yeah, it turns out when you play 2 Dofis again, very nice, very good. And then unfortunately, top 8 is where I stopped. I fought the future champion, the other green Zoro. Man, he just rushed me down. I did take game 2 from him. I took first, and I got down 9-cost Zoro, and I was like, let me see if this works. Turns out it worked. I tried doing that on the second game, but I couldn't even play him on the second game because I was in danger of dying next turn. So I was like, okay, let me build a defense on game 3. Didn't matter. He swung 12. I'm like, oh, wow, that's the most telegraphed restand Zoro event. Okay, but I'm at 1 life with like 8 cards in hand. It didn't matter. So he did that, and then next turn he literally did that again. And I was like, GG, he said, you win, buddy. And yeah, that was my day. Top 8. I made 7th place. I was very happy with it.
I still did very good.
Yeah, I did.
For a guy who only plays One Piece like once every 5 months, right?
Oh, first of all, I play at home. I just don't like
I've never seen you play One Piece. Look, most people don't even know you play One Piece, honestly, apparently.
That was a big shock to a lot of people, but but do you mind if I do some quick shout outs?
No, man, you can say whatever you want, alright? I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my wife. She was the most supportive person there. Linda, I love you. Thank you so much for always being there for me. Shout out to Gaming Giant. He lent me one of the Zoro's tech. I really appreciate you very much. Dream Wizards in Rockville, thank you guys so much for all that. Game Castle in College Park, you guys are my boys. Thank you, all of my friends and family. They helped support me and got me through a lot of this stuff because this was a very stressful weekend. I'm not saying anything about the event, but yeah. And yeah, this is my deck profile that I had here. And yeah, that was it.
All right. Well, thanks, Paul. No other final words you want?
Yeah, I like Bonnie very much. I think Bonnie's still very strong, even with Up Luffy. I think if Up Luffy's going to be around, you got to run the 9-cost Zoro.
So, would you say anything after this weekend you would you would have changed in the list?
If I were to change something, as I said, I probably would have put in a 4th Dofi, because that was really good. I could see people getting out the Kid, because it's just whatever. If Kid would get out, I can take out 1 more Rosinante. Even without Kid, I think Rosinante is still important. just because having a weenie blocker is still very strong in this meta, and it also can help protect rested cards, even though you want to protect them a lot of times when they're active. It comes in clutch every now and then to protect one of your rested bodies, so and you can still protect them when it's rested, so that's why it's really strong. I would probably say I like this card a lot, but I can see it dropping to 2. I just liked it at 3 because I think the mid-game part is very strong for this. I really like the mid-game aspect of Bonney. I think it's very strong. Of course, your top end is very strong too, but the stabilization of a lot of these 5-drops are so powerful. One card I really thought would be really spicy would be the 8-cost Rosinante, but I was just like, I have to have both in hand. Like the stars had a line and all that stuff. And I was like, nah. I'd rather just have Dofi star line, you know. So, yeah, I think the main one that is glaring is the Basil Hawkins. I probably would change that to the 5-drop, 5K structure deck X Drake. But you can actually put in anything that you would like. I just did it because it's searchable. Right. That's why. So if I'm doing a searchable one, the X Drake is very good. I know a lot of people run the 2-cost Scratchman Poo. I think it's garbage. Yeah, it's got the regional like look. I think it's trash. Okay. And I'm not a fan of that. I know it can rest a Don, but it's a 3K swing. You gotta invest 2 to do that crap, and it's just you have better use with your Don elsewhere. So if I had to choose, it would be this as the 5-drop 5K structure deck X Drake. So. Yeah, other than that, the list I think was pretty solid and it really helped me tremendously. So,
how do you feel about Bonney going forward?
In OP13, 4 Dofis. 100%.
Okay.
100%. You're going to be taking out probably the Zoros as well, because Up Luffy drops. In OP13, you'd think it would be really good into Ace, which it should be good into Ace, but the only problem I have with that is Ace has like 17 cards in hand by the time you get this out. And then, yeah, the 12K swings you'd think would be good. But if I'm not mistaken, his leader effect when you trash a card, it's for the turn, the character that minuses. So even if you restand it, if I'm not mistaken,
I would say 1%.
it might be per battle. It might be per battle, but even then, I don't think that's enough. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, things can change, and if it does change, then hey, guess what? You're going to be running the Zoro. The Hody, I don't think can ever go lower than 3, no matter what, unless it gets banned. Mihawk may go up to 4. I've seen it go to 4. And, of course, the 9-drop Shanks has to stay at least 3. I would even opt to 4. I just like 3. And, yeah, I like the rest of the list as well. I wouldn't change anything of this. I can see people running 4 of the Bonnies. Again, this is just personal preference. I just wanted to highlight, and I'm glad I made the highest Bonney out of all of them 7th place to showcase that Kid and Killer is the real deal. That was my biggest thing of this.
Would you not up Kid and Killer to 4?
I think it's good at 3. If one of them is at 4, I can see the Bonnies at 4. If you're going to run 2 of these, it shouldn't be more than 5. So that's why I do the 2-3 ratio, because I mean, if you're not running Kid and Kill, you're running 4 of these, right? So it's like having like 6 of these is just a little too much.
Right.
So if you don't want double searcher, then I would actually even put 4 Kid Killer and just drop the Bonnies entirely. I just like the winner. I just like the winner.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Paul, thanks for the discussion. Thanks for your thoughts and input. All right. I think that's all we have to say. Kate, thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. Let's go get burgers now. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Okay.